How's it, guys and girls? It's time. It's almost Race2Hermanus Triathlon 2026. The third try in the South African Triathlon Series, and there are a lot of you who are going for your third race to complete the sweep, get your medal, get your socks on Sunday at prize giving. We're amped to host you, super excited. Over 750 athletes lining up on Sunday. Whoa, thank you. That's a record for us, another one. We are so stoked. We love the feedback that you guys are loving our races. We're trying really hard to make it awesome. Whatever we can do and whatever we do is for you and with the hopes that it'll be amazing. So I'm going to try and talk you through race briefing as quickly as possible to not repeat and read it all to you. You've got the race guide, you've had the emails, you've checked the social media, you're on the WhatsApp groups, you're seeing the question and answers. So I know there are a lot of beginners, a lot of people asking what I wear under my tri-suit or under my wetsuit, etc. I'm going to try and make this advice for you guys and to also make sure that there's nothing in the race guide that perhaps is misleading or going to suddenly trip you up. We want you to have the best race experience possible. So this week is taper week. You should be doing short, sharp stuff only. You should be getting lots of sleep, eating lots, drinking lots, and preparing your body for a big day out on Sunday. Saturday, weather looks revolting. It's going to be howling. We suggest you don't probably go out on the bike course on Saturday. We are going to have a shakeout run Saturday morning at 8 o'clock. We're going to meet down at the amphitheatre above the Old Harbour. That's just above Bintang's Cave, where the finish line is. We're going to meet there at 8. We're going to go for one lap of the run course. You're welcome to bring your pooch, your kid, your grandpa, your friend, your wife, whatever. Get them involved. Come and run a lap of the run course. I'm going to lead it. We'll do it in the direction we're going to do the race. We're going to go down to the harbour wall, etc. Just get a feel of it. Get a feel of the surface, the turns, the undulations. I recommend that. Saturday morning, then Saturday afternoon, you can go and drive the bike course. You can go look at down at the harbour. You can just be a tourist. Lie low. Come to registration. Get your act together. Put your stickers on your box, stickers on your bike. Get everything prepped. Legs up, drink and eat, and be ready for war on Sunday. It's going to be a rad race, so let's dive right in. So, registration, Wednesday, Hellenic Community Centre, that's in Greenpoint. Saturday, Hermanus at the Wine Glass Restaurant. Timing chips will be handed out on Sunday morning for those who didn't collect them on Saturday at registration in Hermanus. There won't be timing chips handed out in Cape Town because people who don't pitch or have, for whatever reason, end up keeping their timing chip and they cost 400 Rand to replace. So you'll get your timing chip on Saturday in Hermanus. There is no Sunday morning registration. You can get someone else to register for you. You just need to give them your proof of entry, your confirmation of entry. That would have been an SMS, your timing with your race number. Otherwise, just give them your race number and ID, and the guys at registration will help you. Right, you need the box. A lot of questions about the box. Why do we do a plastic box? Because we don't want to chuck 750 times 3 plastic bags in the bin like events do. We are trying our best to leave the planet better than we found it. This is the planet we all obsess over. This is where we spend our lives outside, swimming, biking, and running in. Why would we want to trash it with single-use plastics? We don't. So a food, kind of bakery type fruit and veg crate, very nice. Low sides, fine. 40 by 40 roughly centimeters. It means you can put all your things in it next to your bike without them being dragged away by someone who runs past on a pedal grabs your wetsuit or your goggles, or the wind blows and your next thing your expensive goggles or wetsuit's been blown, or helmet's been blown across transition and someone else grabs it. Or it gets in someone's way and trips someone up. We want a neat transition. We want you to not lose your shit. So bring a box. The taller Addis type ones are fine. You can put a lid on. Lids obviously are great if it's raining. Not that it really matters if you have wet kit because you're going to be wet anyway. But yeah, you can put a lid, but I suggest when you're not using it, you put it underneath the box. So we will provide you with a, so that's just one box. It's next to your bike, nice and neatly, just butted up against your bike. Don't take up more space because each person's only got that space between each bike. 750 bikes in transition at the New Harbour. We're going to provide you with a bright coloured Buddy Swim cap. Thanks, Buddy Swim. A Race2Hermanus specific cap. You have to swim in that cap, please, no other caps. If you're wearing a neoprene hoodie, put the swim cap over the top of it. If you're worried about cold, you can always put another cap underneath, but put your Race2Hermanus cap on top, please. Wetsuit and goggles. It'll probably be wetsuit mandatory. Under 16 degrees, it has to be, that's the rules. But it does allow you to wear swim socks if it's wetsuit mandatory. And those are pretty useful for people who struggle with the cold. Okay. A race belt. Most people have them. We will have them for sale, Buddy Swim and ourselves, at registration. It means you can clip your race bib onto it, your race number, and wear it on the back during the bike. And then when you get onto the run, you rotate it to the front. Right. Sleep Sport will provide you one if you haven't got one already. Race timing chip for your timing chip that you receive on Saturday or Sunday morning. Helmet must be in working order. Make sure it clips nice and snugly and no cracks in it at all. Okay. Cycling shoes, for those, you can wear running shoes on the bike. It obviously isn't ideal. But cycling shoes, road running shoes, it's not a trail run. Trail shoes are okay, but they're going to be hard on the road. And then obviously your own self-sufficient repair kits. There is no person driving up and down helping you if you have a puncture or a broken chain or something. You need to be self-reliant. A head torch for those arriving early in transition, which is most of you. The sun only rises at, I think it's 7:23, so you're going to be registered. You're going to be bike racking in the dark, and you're going to be going down to down to bike racking in the dark. A bike tail light's a lekker thing to have. It just creates awareness, and especially if it gets foggy. All right. No glass containers in transition or on course, please. And no litter. We should know that. Stash your trash. If you've got a gel thing, put it in your pocket. Incredible how many times we go to races and we just see gels lying in the pavement and the gutters, which get washed into the ocean. Please don't. Right. The race pack. So your race number, as I mentioned, worn on the front in the run, back on the bike. Your bike sticker, that's the one there that says Matthew Brodziak. That is really cool to leave on your bike all the time. It means if you leave your bike at the coffee shop or whatever, someone will know what your bike is, and it's proudly South African and part of our series. If you've got the old stickers, rather replace it with this one. Some of them were a little bit oversized. There was an error from the printer, and some of them didn't have your name on. So take your old sticker off, stick the sticker on your bike, and leave it there. Somewhere near the front, so it can be on your stem, it can be on the frame, just visible. Okay. Your transition box sticker, that means the plastic box I talked about, the crate or the box, stick it on yours so you know it's yours and everybody else knows it's yours. Streetwear sticker, that means if you do want to drop a bag just before you start with your casual clothes because you don't have a friend or a supporter or someone who's dropping you a transition or coming to watch your swim start, you can drop a bag with us and you'll see our team there that's handing out the chips. You'll hand it to them and it's got your sticker on it so that we know it's yours. We'll bring it up to the finish line after the race at the finish line in the old harbour, because remember you're starting the swim in the new harbour. You'll be able to pick up your bag. We'll announce that. All right. Race day. Parking opens at 5:30. Okay, that's in the new harbour. Check the map. 6:15 to 9 o'clock is timing chip collection. So you can be racking. While you're racking, you can grab your timing chip. You don't have to have your timing chip to get into transition, but transition opens at 6:30. Okay, so you can park anytime from 5:30. Just remember you need to bring R5 if you're going to park inside the new harbour. Otherwise, I'll talk about it in a moment, but park outside or get dropped off is the best to rack, and then your friends can go and park near the finish, and you can either take our tuk-tuk back afterwards, or you can walk back to your car once you've picked up your bike. So transition opens 6:30. 7:30 the ultra distance starts. It's a smaller race this year. I think a lot of people are erring for standard and sprint, and obviously it's just been Ironman, etc. But these are the heroes of the day doing the long distance, 100k, starting 7:30 just after sunrise. We'll be in the water for about 10 minutes at about 10 past 7, and then we'll call you out of the water at 20 past. Last little briefing, anthem, vibes, hugs, loving, sunrise, worship, and off we go. Wet start, swimming out. I'll show you the swim map where we start from. All right, 7:45 it closes because obviously the ultra guys will be coming up, so transition will close at 7:45. At 8:40 standard swimmers can warm up. 8:45 to 9:15 transition reopens. That's for those who are perhaps doing the sprint, coming late, or you want to get back in there and put a bottle on, or check your Garmin, or whatever it might be, take a little sip of whatever's in your bike box. Yeah, last little bits can be done then. But everything in your box, the only things that will be on your bike will be, so the helmet will be in your box, everything will be in your box. The only thing on your bike is your shoes if you're clipped into your pedals, and your gels and your bottles that are strapped or on your bike frame. Nothing loose on your bike, because any wind or anyone bangs your bike, it's going to fall off and get taken away, and you're going to arrive in transition without it. Right, 9 o'clock, the standard distance swim starts. 5 to 10, the sprint swimmers can get in the water and start warming up. 10:15, the sprint starts. Same thing again, we'll call you out of the water. You do need to get in the water. The water's cold. You need to flush your wetsuit. You need to warm up your heart. You need to have a few little intervals. It is cold. You're going to need to get used to that. Walk down the slipway carefully. Just take a swim out. Get used to it. When you come out, your wetsuit will fit you better because you can pull it into place and your armpits, into your groin. Get all the wetsuit into your shoulders so you've got nice flowing, free flowing arms. And then you'll then calm down. You'll bring your breathing down. You'll start feeling a bit warmer. And then when you start the actual race, it won't be a shock. Please, guys, best advice you can ever use. I don't know why other races don't allow a warm-up in certain cases, or a wet warm-up. You do need it. We've got space. Get in the water, have a swim. However short or long it might be, it'll pay off a lot. Right, 1 o'clock till 4 o'clock, you can get your bikes out of transition. Prize giving 2 o'clock. Any late people, obviously those who are walking the run route, whatever, we don't want to wait an extra half an hour, 40 minutes for 1 or 2 stragglers, because people have been finished sometimes from 10 o'clock, 10 in the morning. We want to get prize giving done and move on. Right, parking, I mentioned earlier, there are quite a few different parking places. There are 3 in the new harbour. Okay, you'll see there as you come in, the new harbour entrance, that's where you arrive in the morning. That's about 2.5 k's south of the old harbour. The old harbour is where Bintang's Cave is, this in the old town. This is down the cliffs, down the harbour, down the ocean towards Cape Town, and it's called the new harbour. Okay, that's where all the whale boats, etc. leave from. So the new harbour will be closed to parking from 7. So you need to be in there before 7, and you can either park in 1, 2, or 3. The 1 is behind my head, I'm afraid. It's in the corner. It is next to the restaurant where you can walk down. Really nice parking. There's parking down closer to the swim start, and then there's parking up opposite transition. All right. The other parking which we recommend is actually on the road surrounding the harbour area, but not on Westcliff Road. Westcliff Road and Cliff Road are where the race is happening. Don't park there, please, guys. That's where our bikes and our runners will be the whole day. So don't park there. Park behind in the suburbs. I'll show you a map of that in a moment. And there is parking at Gearing's Point further up. Let me get to that now. I mentioned the £5 parking fee when you come into the harbour. That's just a nominal fee. Everybody has that, so put a £5 coin in your car the night before. Right. So as I mentioned on parking, there is that top left map that shows you the surrounding areas. The bottom road is where we're going to be cycling. So inside that red area in the suburbs, you can park there, and it's not a far walk to the new harbour, and not a that far walk back to your car afterwards, once you've taken a tuk-tuk, or even walk back after the race. So the whole distance is about just over 2 k's from the old harbour to the new harbour, along the cliff path that gent is running along bottom left. And the map on the right is Gearing's Point. That is very close to the finish. It's on the route, so that's why we will be closing that from 7. So you need to be parked there 7:45 latest, okay? Then you can ride down to the new harbour with your gear to the start line. If you're riding with your bike box, don't ride with your bike box. Just rather walk next to your bike or get a friend to drop you at the harbour so you can go and rack your bike. We don't want people falling off. To control your bike with a bike box is not easy. Right. So the athlete flow, as you can see, there's the transition in the new harbour. That's where your bike will go. You'll check in on that white line, top right-hand corner. That's when you'll arrive. Helmet on your head. Race number around your waist. Your bike will be in good condition. It'll have the bar ends plugged. Your tires will be in working order. Your brakes will work. The Western Province refs, the CTA refs, will meet you there. They'll check that you've got your stuff. You'll go into transition in the white arrow. You'll come out with the red arrow. And then only athletes are allowed down the red arrows, down to the stairs, down to the swim start. Okay? That's you can see there there's a red arrow taking you down to the swim start. If you look down, that's the swim arch. That green line is the swim mat where we'll start the swim ladder, and when you come out of the swim, that's the arrow that'll take you back up to transition. So when you walk down to the swim start, you go down the stairs where the red arrow is, and when you later on come out of the swim, you'll run up the green arrow. We suggest walking. I'll explain that just now. Right, I mentioned there, transition. Okay, so that's a map of transition. They're the bike racks inside the transition. You can see there where the green line coming in, the swim line is in. That's where you're going to be coming in the morning when you come into transition. But later when you've swum, you're going to come out of the water, you're going to follow the green line up, which is on the ocean side. You're then going to turn across and into transition on the right-hand side of the entrance. Okay, you're then going to go in there, go to your bike, take your wetsuit off, put it in the box neatly with your goggles, etc. Take your bike helmet out. You'll have your kit on underneath. Those beginners who are asking, we really recommend you start the race with your tri-suit or your cycling shirt and cycling tights, or your tri-shorts, hopefully, whatever you're racing in underneath your wetsuit. Take your wetsuit off. It won't take long on the bike before that's dry. Okay? So trying to change into other clothes with cold, wet arms, tired arms, wet skin is really hard. It takes too long and it's a nightmare. So just wear your clothes underneath. You don't have to wear the shirt. You can put on the shirt if you prefer. Obviously, it gives you more free upper body, but it's also one layer of cold protection. So you go to your bike, you put your stuff in your box, your swim stuff, take out your cycling stuff, put on your shoes, whatever else you're going to be, your glasses, your helmet. When you're ready to go and ride, you then take your bike off the rack. You walk out of bike out, bottom left corner there, on the left-hand side. Okay, the blue line. You walk, don't run, in cycling shoes especially, to the mount line, which is the exit of the harbour. That's at the harbour boom gate, those two red lines on each side. Okay, that's the harbour boom gate. As you cross that, the refs will then tell you can mount there. You can't get on your bike before the mount line. Okay, that's the green line. And the red line, the green and the red are mount and dismount. You head out on the left-hand side. You do the whole bike course clockwise. You come back on the left-hand side, which is now the green line. You get off before the gate. You walk in on the left side where it says bike in. You rack your bike before you take your helmet off and anything else. You put that in the box. You take your running stuff out, your running shoes, etc. Sip of whatever you want, different glasses, whatever you're going to have. You then go out on the right-hand side where the orange arrows are, and you run onto the run course, keeping right. So you always keep right. Swimmers coming out, keep right on the green lines. Runners keep right on the orange. And that'll make sense in a second. Swim course, ultra. You can see there you swim out from the harbour slipway to the two purple cans. They're not purple cans, they're just purple. In this case, there'll be yellow cans with Sailfish branding. Thank you, Sailfish. You'll then start, after you've had your warm-up earlier, you'll swim out quite quickly. I don't want you guys hanging around in the cold water. So when I say wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, which yes, we'll put on the WhatsApp group so you know which wave you're in, we'll tell you to swim out to the cans, get behind the two markers. Okay, that is the start line. You have to be behind the markers. Don't drift forward because the refs are just going to push you back. We don't want you hanging around in cold water. We want you to be able to swim out there. You've already had your warm-up. You're ready to go. You've switched on your watch. And then bang, the start horn will go. You'll hear it from the shore. And you'll swim clockwise around those three cans. There will be sighting cans halfway. You'll swim out beyond the harbour wall. Hopefully look, the weather is a light northwest on Sunday after the howling Saturday. The howling Saturday weather could bring the water temperature down. Currently quite nice. Lekker. I think it was 16 and a half, 17 this last week. But the howling wind on Saturday might take the warm water off the top and you might have very cold water. So if you can't swim and you're just too scared or you can't cope, you can always start the bike behind the last swimmer. But you can't podium and you have to wait till the last swimmer's out the water and then you can start your cycle. But you can finish the race. Right? So you'll swim clockwise, right shoulder, come back. When you come back, you go around the two cans that you started between and you start your next lap. 2 laps of 1K. That's for the ultra swimmers. Aquabike, exactly the same. Aquabike, you guys just don't run. You do the same as it's the ultra aquabike. You do the same as the standard. Missed the standard. Standard is 1,500 meters. That's 2 laps of 750 meters. Okay, so everybody's got the same shape swim, same thing, right shoulder, around the 2 start cans. But standard is 2 laps of 750. Sprint is 1 lap of 750. As the triathletes. Sprint, you've got a swim course of 750 meters. So you're going to do one lap, which means a similar shape, but the cans will be brought in closer. So 750 meters. Sorry, I actually think Plan B swims. If for some reason the Saturday wind doesn't abate, or the swell gets too choppy or whatever, and the lifeguards decide they can't get out on the water to keep you safe, we will then shorten the swim course to inside the harbour walls, and you'll do 4 laps if you're doing the ultra, 3 laps if you're doing the standard, and then this, the sprint, obviously 750 will be 1 yellow, 1 red. So we'll explain the swim courses if we have a plan B, but basically just a shortened course, more laps, which we'll explain at the start of the swim when you're standing at the slipway looking out over the swim course. Okay, the aquabike and ultra bike course, 80k. I just want to explain this because it might not be as clear as it could be. You leave the the new harbour, sorry, you go out the gate onto the mount line, you ride through town, okay, along the road. You can see, I'll show you another map now, but you go around the marine circle and then head out, but you ride out towards town, the old harbour, where you're going to finish later. You would have seen it the day before. Registration is close to it. When you've been for your run on the run course, you'll run from the new harbour to the old harbour to the new harbour and back. You'll have a good sense of it, but those who have just arriving on the morning, you'll be riding out through town. When you go through the old town above the new harbour, okay, that's on the coastal road. You're not going through town where the shops are. You're going on the beachfront where the tourists go. When you come past the finish area, you need to be heads up. There can easily be tourists or the odd dog or kid that walks across. So please sit up when you're going that little bit through past the old harbour, past the finish line. Then you'll come up to the marine circle, which I'll show you now, and then you'll head out, and you're keeping left all the way out. You're going past the sprint turnaround. You're going all the way out to the Misty Mountain, which is where there'll be an aid station and where the standard and ultra turn around. And then the standard will come all the way back, but the ultra you'll come back and do a turnaround. I'll show you in a second. 80 k's for the ultra, and you can't start your second lap until you have after 11:15. So here's a close-up map, right? So you've now ridden past the old harbour and past the finish area. You go past the Marine Hotel, that big hotel at the bottom, that thing below the circle, that's the Marine Hotel. You go up, keeping left, guys. You go into that circle, that's the Marine Circle. That circle, you're going to go past twice. Okay, you're going to go out and back past it, but if you're an ultra person, you're going to come back and around it. That's your turning point when you come back. So you go out all the way to Misty Mountain, come back all the way to the Marine Circle. You don't carry on and turn left past the finish line. You go around that circle clockwise, and you head back out to Misty Mountain the second time. At Misty Mountain, you come back, and the second time you come back, you come all the way back to the finish. So I hope that makes sense. All the way out, shorter loop back and out, and then all the way back again. The aquabike, exactly the same. It's just 77 k's because you finish at the old harbour at the finish line. You'll finish your bike there. You don't go back to transition. You don't go back to the new harbour. Aquabike, you come in, all aquabikes, standard as well, you come into the finish line, and I'll show you now. You've got your own bike rack, okay, next to the finish line. There is the finish line area. That's the area that you're going to cycle past gently, please, guys. There are lots of shops. There are lots of people sitting in restaurants, cafes, supporters, tourists, the likes. That's the area you need to sit up on your bars. It's not neutral, but don't overtake other people. It's only 400 meters long, that whole section. Just be careful. There is fencing. We are doing our best to control it, but it's the area where things can go wrong. The most likely things can go wrong, okay? There, the green line says bike racks, aquabikers. You'll come in there, you'll rack your bike, and you'll run across the finish line 30 meters away. Okay, that's aquabikes. Standard bike, as I mentioned, transition all the way out to Misty Mountain, aid station, come all the way back. Simple. The sprint bike, you got a shorter course. You're going out to a turnaround about 10 k's out and coming back another 10 k's. Simple. Out 10, back 10, 20 k's. The ultra run, right? This is 2.5 laps. You're going to start when you've racked your bike, as I mentioned earlier, you're going to run out of the transition, you're going to turn right down the little slipway hill that past the slipway, which is where you ran up earlier after your swim, walked up, I recommend. You're going to run down on the right-hand side. Remember, swimmers will be coming up on the right-hand side, so you need to not run into the swimmers. You keep right, they keep right, everybody's good. You run down the hill. You'll see there it takes you down past the swim and out onto the harbour wall. You probably can't see my cursor, I don't think, but down there you'll see where it says turnaround. You're running down and out, keeping right. I know it's not natural, as South Africans keep left, but on the bike course we keep left, but on the run course we keep right. You go to the turnaround, you turn around into the harbour wall, take in the views. You've run downhill, so you're nice and loose. Now, after a cramped bike, you've run to the end, you come back, and I hope, by the way, you guys read our swim, bike and run course advice. It's on the website. It's also on social media. There's a lot of advice there on how to warm up after the swim, how to stretch out after the bike, when to drink, what to do, how the course is going to feel. Particularly beginners, read that advice. It's specific to this event. Okay? You're then going to turn around into the harbour wall, come back up the hill. That's your last steepish hill, up past the swim course, past transition, out of the harbour, and that's the last time you'll be in the new harbour. You don't come back there. You stay you turn right immediately as you come out of the harbour. You follow those red arrows along the ocean, along the cliff path. Little bit bumpy, little bit twisty turny, little bit up and down, the odd bridge, the odd little rockway, the odd little milk bush overhead. It's entertaining, it's beautiful, it's fun, it takes your mind off pushing super hard. You're going to enjoy that. The ocean to your right hand side, magnificent. One of the best places to run in the world or walk. You'll see it on Saturday, hopefully, if you attend the Saturday shakeout at 8 o'clock on Saturday morning. You'll keep right. You'll go past an aid station at the park. You can see the little blue circle. There are 2 aid stations on the run course. You're then going to join onto one section where you share it. So remember, keep right, runners each way. You then got another little bit more cliff path down the bottom towards the finish. And then you're going to turn around at the finish area and head back. The second time, when you come back, by the way, you're now on open road, much smoother, much wider open than it was on the cliff path. Now you can really hit the jets. You can open up your stride. You can start pushing your run. Then when you come back, you don't go into the new harbour. You turn left at the new harbour, past the little aid station, back onto the cliff path, and then you're running your way to the finish. So 2.5 laps for the ultra, about 17 Ks. Please, you've got watches, keep an eye on the distance. We're not handing you rubber bands saying you're on your next lap. Just work out where you are on the course. Don't come to the finish and then go, oh my God, I won. Oh no, I've only done 10 Ks or 11 Ks. 17 Ks roughly. Okay. There's the detail. When you come out of transition, you're going to run down that hill, along the harbour wall, turn behind me there, and back up, keeping right, okay? Remember, if you're doing the ultra or the standard, the sprint swimmers are still in the water. They're still coming out of the water. There are going to be a lot of people running next to you in wetsuits, running up the hill, walking up the hill, getting undressed, walking like crabs sideways. Keep an eye on each other. Be conscious. There's 3 different races, starting at 7:39 and 10:15. So we're going to be overlapping. Be lekker. When you're overtaking someone or you're running from behind someone, say just careful, tap them on the shoulder, maybe even grab them gently around the shoulder so you don't collide with each other and you don't startle them. Please, guys, we're sharing the course. Be lekker. Okay? You then go out of the harbour, turn immediately right and out onto the run course. That should be. And that's the same for everybody. Okay? Ultra, standard or sprint. You all do 1 lap of the harbour wall before you head out of the harbour and onto the run course. Standard run, same thing, except you do 1.5 laps. So you're going out all the way to the turnaround, come back, and then you come back along the road, and then so you're doing the cliff path twice. The ultra people are doing the whole thing 2.5 times. You're doing the whole thing 1.5 times, except nobody goes back to the harbour wall. You turn outside the harbour wall onto your second lap. And then the turnaround, which is just near the finish line, when you come into the finish, you go past the turnaround and down the finish chute. Arms in the air, high five for Paulie, vibes, music, finish, hand in your chip before you get your medal. You only get a medal if you did the triathlon, not for team guys, please. It's a triathlon medal. You then hand in your timing chip. You can get a drink. There'll be Biogen, Coke, water, and you can then head across the road and have a big chow and chill and watch everyone else for the day. Lekker place to experience. And There last year we had whales and dolphins the whole afternoon. So bring your family, let them enjoy the experience. It's a beautiful place to watch a race, to experience Hermanus. Amazing. So I hope you're bringing someone special along with you. Right, exactly the same standard, same thing. You don't need to repeat that. Sprint, you don't sadly get to come back. You're in one direction, or maybe for you stoked only doing it one direction. You come down to the end of the harbour wall, turn right, cliff path to the finish. There's no turning back for you. You go straight to the finish. Once you've turned around that harbour wall, it's home, Jerome. Okay, that's about 4.7 k's, I think. Exactly the same thing. Sprint out onto the cliff path. Medics, we've got medics appointed Global Force, who were the same people from Cape Town Tri, did a great job. Okay, there'll be an ambulance in the new harbour during the swim, and we'll move it to the old harbour for the finish once the swims have concluded. There'll be a second ambulance on the bike course, and a third roving paramedic. But if you need assistance and there's no one around for whatever reason, we've got Think Bike on the course as well. As we've said here, we've got 5 bikes, motorbikes going up and down the route. We've got marshals also keeping an eye on you. You've got a lot of support and safety network. We've spent a lot of money securing this course and this place. We've got a lot of experience on it. We know where the pinch points are. But if you're in trouble, check out on your race bib. There's a number there. Call that number and someone will come to you. But obviously wave to a marshal, wave to a support bike, whatever it might be, if you need help. But remember all the time, the locals are not necessarily used to bikes going out and back, so they might keep left or they might look left and not right. So just be conscious. If you see a car, ease up, be conscious of them. Most accidents happen because people have heads down and they're not looking around them. Especially when you come around the marine circle, when you come past the old harbour, when you come past the finish line, which you're going to do twice, coming out and going back again. Sit up on your bars, sit up, look around, be very conscious, and don't overtake each other. It's quite narrow and it's going to be busy there. I've said that a lot. Don't be the one that learns that the hard way. Right, we've got marshals from Rotary and the local schools, Hermanus Primary, etc., Hermanus High School. They're helping us. They don't know the route like you should know it, so don't ask them for directions. Check out the maps. Take a drive on the bike course. Take a run on the run course with us, or go and take your own walk on the run course, whatever it might be. Study the maps. Make sure you know what you're doing. Be familiar yourself. Race rules, it's non-drafting, so keep your distance. The distance is 10 meters. If you're anything inside of 10 meters, you need to be overtaking that person. All right? As I mentioned, you're keeping left on the bike course, so you keep left, you pass right. So you don't sit on the right-hand side if there's no one on your left. Keep left. If someone's passing you, don't accelerate to block them. That's called blocking, and if a ref sees that, they're going to penalize you. Okay, let them go past you. You're riding at your own heart rate, whatever's comfortable for you. So if someone's passing you, they're probably stronger than you, or they're pushing too hard. That's their problem. Find your comfortable, happy pace. Find your comfortable cadence. Get comfy on your bike. Drink your liquids. It's a triathlon. It's not a sprint race. It's not a cycle race where you're trying to get into a pack or stay with the pack. It's your race. You're running, swimming, and cycling at your own speed. Right? If they come past you, great, but don't pull in behind them. If you're sitting behind someone for more than a few seconds when they're passing you or when you're catching up to them, you're going to be caught for drafting, and that's cheating. And you're going to get a time penalty, and it's going to stuff your day up. Keep it honest, keep it lacquer. Your helmet must be in good condition, no cracks. Timing chips will be on your left ankle, away from the drivetrain. Okay, so don't get caught up in your gears and your chain. On your left hand ankle, nice and secure. You can use you can use tape if you like, or you can use a safety pin if you really wait. But most our straps are nice and solid. But get it on solidly, you don't want to lose it. Spectators and team supporters, use the spectator routes. Stay away from the course. Stay away. Please don't get in the way. We want you out there. We've created the run course to come back to almost into transition, into the finish area, because the turnaround, because we want you to be able to see them. So just stay clear, please, you guys. Okay, we've got a shuttle back to the New Harbour every 30 minutes, leaving from the opposite KFC, just a couple hundred meters away from the finish area. There'll be a tuk-tuk shuttle taking you back to the harbour, okay? So you can see there on the main road in through town, opposite KFC. The last shuttle at 4 o'clock, because obviously taking a bike out of transition closes at 4. So Don't leave your bike behind or it'll go to charity. Pre-race briefing, this is it. Join the WhatsApp group, guys. There was a WhatsApp code sent when you got your confirmation of entry, and you need to just join up on the WhatsApp group for updates. We've been doing lots of updates. Don't ask questions that are in the race guide, please. If it's not in the race guide and not on the website and you really can't find it anywhere, by all means ask on the WhatsApp group under the questions, but don't waste people's time and energy or focus asking questions that are there already. Answers are there already. Okay, there'll be regular instructions over the PA system. A swim orientation is done just before the race, just before you start swimming. You know the route. Marshals are there to keep you safe, not to give you guidance. If you withdraw from the race, please, you have to tell, especially on the swim, you have to tell the refs, you have to tell the lifeguards your race number and that you're pulling out. Otherwise, we're going to be sending search parties for you unnecessarily. Please tell us if you're not there and come and hand in your timing chip. Okay, you need a valid TSA license or at least a day license. You would have bought it on the online entry system. It's a separate fee for TSA and CTTA. You need to have that, especially if you're going to try and qualify. This is a qualifier for the T100 in the Middle East in December, so in Qatar. So you need to be licensed if you want to qualify. No littering on course. Keep your litter with you. Don't cut the course. Please just be lacquer, and no swearing or being rude to refs. They're there to help you like we are. Okay, no cap, no swim. You must wear the Race2Hermanus swim cap. Don't wear baggy clothing, especially on the swim. It can get, it's under your wetsuit. You've already got enough going on. Just a nice body hugging top and pants. Lifeguards can only help you for 20 seconds. If you need to hold on to the boat, you can say, oh, I'm just having a quick moment here, just checking where I am, just need to cough, choke up some water, put my goggles back on my head, but 20 seconds. Otherwise, they're going to pull you out the water because they can't assist you, they can't move forward, and they've got to look after another 749 swimmers. Okay, below 15.9, wetsuit mandatory. You can then wear swim socks. You obviously can wear hoodies anyway, neoprene hoodies. We will have them for sale. Buddy Swim will have them, and I think Sailfish also does. Sailfish has wetsuits at registration, and you can rent wetsuits for the day. Really recommend them, really good wetsuits. Great to have a swimming wetsuit to last you 5 years if you look after it. Okay, as I said, if you're too scared to swim, for whatever reason, you can start the bike behind the last swimmer. When the last swimmer comes into transition, you can then start your bike. No pushing, shoving, blocking. On the run, you must wear upper garment that straps stay on your shoulders. No nudity in transition. You must wear footwear. Okay. Helmets clipped, I've told you that. I've told you that don't unclip your helmet before removing or racking your bike. No cycling in transition or before the mount line. 12-meter drafting, 10 to 12 meters, it's a long way. So you should know that you are behind someone or not. Don't cheat. Only competitors in transition area, only competitors walking around outside of transition area. The area, for spectators going down to the start of the swim, there's a lovely walkway around the back, down to the coffee shops. All the coffee and things will be sold down at the water's edge. There are 2 restaurants there serving coffee, same as last year. There won't be a coffee trailer up at the transition. No glass containers, no listening devices. And a big thank you to all our partners. We are still looking for a headline partner. If you're from a corporate, we're looking for a headline partner for the whole series. And we've got new events being added so shortly. So we've got huge value for a headline partner. Come and talk to us. But Village in Life, Well Coast Hotel, Biogen, H&M Kilnockie, Oasis, Buddy Swim, Bianchi, Race Food, Bodytech, Sleep Sports, Sailfish, Good Sunglasses, and CTTA. Thank you for hosting us. Thank you for helping us. Thank you for supporting us. Proudly South African. We can't wait to see you on the weekend. Have a lacquer safe build up, and we'll see you at registration.